This was a game where our offense took strides. We have playmakers on offense, and we had guys step up today. Our offensive line stepped up today. Adrian and the resiliency and the heart that he plays with, man, it's so easy to rally around that guy, and I love playing with him. And then us defense, we can be great.
Next up for Nebraska, a road trip up north to East Lansing to take on the 20th ranked Michigan State Spartans. Kickoff is scheduled for 6 p.m. and can be seen on FS1. The Nebraska volleyball team was swept at home by number 5 Louisville on Saturday, 25-17, 25-20, and 25-18. It was the first time the Huskers have been swept at home in nearly 2 years and the first 3-game skid since 2018. That match was the final of the non-conference slate as Big Ten play begins on Wednesday, with Nebraska traveling to Evanston to take on Northwestern. First serve is set for 8 p.m. and can be seen on BTN. And for all the latest sports news and updates, keep it tuned right here to 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Welcome to Ticket Weeknights.
Okay, here's the deal with Nicole.
Live from Copple Chevrolet GMC Studios in the heart of Lincoln, America.
She's just going to tell it like it is.
Nicole is, she's very wise.
Sometimes you're not going to like it.
Here is your host, Nicole Griffith.
Happy Monday, Ticket listeners. How are we doing? I'm going to take that all as great.
Everybody said yes at the same time. Everybody said
yes. Good. Happer, that's the voice of Connor Happer, frequently heard on these airwaves. He is joining me for Ticket Weeknights on this Monday. It's my 5th week. So, I'm in, what is it called?
Most people say that,
probation
on the
seeing if he likes it or not, if we're going to keep going with the show or not.
Most people say that you really hit your stride on the 5th show. That's the well-known radio thing that
they say that
on your 5th show, it should be your best. So
okay.
We'll just put that to the test tonight.
Great. So, Happer, how are you?
Good. I'm really good. It was. I felt like the game was good over the weekend, good enough, even though it wasn't a win.
Wow, we're just getting straight into Husker stuff.
That is just part of it.
I am talking personally.
My life personally is good. No complaints there, and we're rocking and rolling through another football season. We're 4 weeks in already.
Some say at week 5, you find out just how good you are.
Yeah, once again, it's a common thing throughout the sports industry.
That's amazing. So. Fun show for you set up for tonight. We Ticket Weeknights with Nicole Griffith on 93.7. You can catch us on YouTube. We have live stream going, and then also on Facebook Live. So week 5, you know the drill. Couple guests we have lined up for today. The man, Sip. He's coming in at 6:25, 6:30. Pick his brain a little bit. It's always fun when we can go back and forth a little bit. And then at 7 o'clock, we're going to have we as a collective whole.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Kelsey Casper, Channel 8. KLKN sports anchor. So she was down in Norman for the game, and she's been the weekend/week. I don't really know what she's really doing at Channel 8, but we're going to talk to her and get her perspective from Oklahoma. So
I met Kelsey on the baseball road trip to Arkansas.
I wanted to go so bad.
So she's been traveling.
That's one of the questions I have is. How are the back roads? How are the cars hanging up?
Favorite gas station on the way to Norman? That's question number 1, right?
There we go. Well, yeah. I don't even know the answer.
Yeah, well,
because I've never been.
Yep.
You also go to York and South.
York and South. Yeah.
I assume everything is east and down.
That's usually how it goes. I mean, basically every road trip Nebraska has to make now is you have to go through the entire state of Iowa, which is.
But that's not the
huge pain in the butt. Not the case here. People forget that Nebraska used to be in the Big 12. And
when was that?
Yeah, it was quite some time ago now. But people can't quite get over that. And the road trips were manageable. You didn't have to drive through Iowa every single time.
And Kevin Suits at 10-11, he's from Illinois, and he went to Illinois, and so he loves doing the Illinois trip, obviously with the Big Ten. But he also has a different route that he wants people to take. Like
He does the Missouri route, the northern Missouri route.
yeah.
He says don't go through Iowa, go through. So you have to go down like almost to Kansas City and then directly east from there.
Do you go to a lot of away games?
No, I don't.
Oh, you just
I've only been
know the map.
I'm a big geography guy. You don't know this about me. I'm a big geography guy.
Is it because you're a guy?
Maybe.
You're into maps and knowing directions and things.
Have you seen that TikTok where it's like you just give the guy a map and like he'll be entertained?
No.
Maybe
that's because it's on your TikTok and not my TikTok.
It's made for me. That's why it shows up on my TikTok. But yes, so I'm interested in that type of stuff. I haven't figured out the best spots for the Big Ten road games, but I have been to Minnesota. I have been to Iowa. I've been to Wisconsin.
To the games.
For the games.
Yep. Not just
in the state. But yes.
I have been to Iowa.
I've been there many times. Yeah. So that's all I could tell you about.
Okay, I'm kind of pushing to go to not to go to Iowa, to go to the Minnesota game.
Minnesota's a great trip.
I used to work at Channel 5 in Minneapolis and then did a summer there. And then that was with Tracy Claeys as the head coach. So PJ wasn't there yet. So that dates me a little bit. And then, we all have our thoughts on PJ Fleck. And so
not here, not now.
Not going to say them, but I was like, I could do the football trip. I don't travel for football. I will travel for volleyball and basketball, like Creighton and stuff, and then to Creighton, and then also I traveled with volleyball. Obviously, pandemic kind of took away a lot of the traveling.
Yeah, it's changed now for sure.
But I traveled with volleyball to Madison, Wisconsin for the NCAA. It was the tournament, but it wasn't like the final. Yeah, the regional. Yeah. And so I love traveling. It's one of the fun parts of this job, but traveling for football, I don't necessarily sign up for that right away.
You're going to take the whole operation on the road.
Yes.
That's the deal.
And you have to learn a new stadium, and you have to find, like, press row is different for like shooters, and where the locker rooms are and how the Wi-Fi is. And then sometimes if it's the 11 o'clock game was like really nice because you got some breathing time. I know some people are like, why is it at 11? But
no, the media people love 11 a.m. games.
Yeah,
because the writers can get their stories in before deadline. The radio people get to go home early, and the TV people not get to go home early.
Yeah, I have been filling in Hap around what my day-to-day is actually like for football games, and people just think once the game's over, like, you're just done, right? Yeah. No, I have to label like 300 clips.
Stuff needs to be archived for future generations.
To come.
You have to look at it that way.
HD will probably not even be a thing.
Like when what I think Dan, your former colleague, was tweeting out a whole bunch of old school stuff. When was that? I don't know. Maybe it was for a special game or event or something like that. But he was tweeting out a bunch of maybe it was like something had to do with Eric Crouch or a game somewhere at some point. I don't remember what it was. But he was tweeting out really cool. It was Frank Solich related, maybe, like really cool, like 1999 footage that just B-roll basically that you guys got.
Everyone wants to see.
Yeah, it's good.
So we have those. Dan has a folder. He tweets a few of them every now and then. You always like the ones like hyping down, going down the tunnel walk.
Yes, those are the ones.
He does those ones a lot.
Texter says archive. We should try to destroy all the evidence of the last 20 years.
Okay. If anyone,
no, these are important times to remember because they'll make the other side better.
Will it?
Yes.
When will?
That's what I'm telling myself.
When do we get there?
Well, that's what we don't know yet.
That's okay. So what were we talking about? Football, traveling.
Yes.
Oklahoma. Well, Michigan State this weekend, traveling. Are you going?
So we talked a little bit this afternoon, and I was like, I think I'm gonna go. I don't think I'm gonna go anymore. I looked at I was gonna go because I had happened to cross a ticket. And
one ticket,
two tickets. Me and my buddy were gonna go, and then I started.
You got buddies,
and then because I have plenty of buddies, and my wife didn't want to go. And,
I'm shocked.
um,
Jackie,
And
shout out wife.
then I started looking at hotels, and
No.
also it's a 10-hour drive. I'm just like, I'm going to stay here.
Okay.
So that's what I'm going to do.
What is Nick gonna go?
No, Nick's not going to go.
Where?
either.
What? East Lansing? Is that Michigan? Where?
East Lansing.
Where's Michigan State play?
East Lansing.
Where does Michigan play?
Ann
Ann
Arbor.
Arbor. Ann
Yeah.
Arbor. That doesn't really run with Nick and Norman.
No.
That's just such a good bit.
It is. We need to do Nick and Norman every week. We just send him there. He just has a report every time.
Yeah. So yeah, I was checking the calendar out at the ticket, and it says Nick in Norman,
Mhm.
and that'd be a great segment.
Nick and Norman.
Not me, Nick.
Yeah.
Nick.
Nicole
Nick.
and Norman could
No.
work too.
It wouldn't. Nothing really goes with Nicole. Hence why this show doesn't have a name.
What's a place that what's a place that you like, a school that you haven't visited that you want to go to, that you want
Ooh.
to see?
You ready for this?
Uh-huh.
LSU.
Oh yeah. I was just talking to my friends about this, my many buddies last week, about how I want to go to an SEC football game.
I
really
want to
bad.
go to an SEC baseball game.
Oh.
I want to go to a game at the box at LSU.
Alex Box Stadium.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's what I want to do.
It looks lit.
Also-
everything LSU does looks lit.
all the valleys, Death Valley, Happy Valley, like all the valleys sound really fun.
Now, this is good. You should ask Sipple about this. Ask Sipple about Happy Valley,
Okay, let me write that down.
because
Simple question 1.
I have never met any one person who is out on any other on any specific thing more than Sipple is out on Penn State University.
What? Why?
He said, I believe the quote is that he would rather go to Siberia than Penn State, than cover a football game at Penn State.
Well, he's going.
Well, I know, but he doesn't like
So he's never. So he's done it.
He's
he
done
just hates it.
He just hates
What
it.
does he get lost?
I don't know.
It's everyone like
You
all
should
the
dive into it.
all the white T-shirts. He just gets confused.
Let's dive into it, because I want to know more as well. He has a serious disdain for covering football games at Penn State.
Okay, noted.
Yeah.
So you're not going to Michigan State. I will not be going to Michigan State, to my knowledge. I feel like I would know that by now.
Yeah, you never know.
But
There goes DP.
bye, DP. Yeah, DP was in the other room recording an interview. That's why Big Sky is not in here with me helping me. It's Happer, because I'm just not. I can't do the boards and do the talking at the same time and read the text line. I mean,
Look,
I'm good.
I have 3 computers
But-
in my face. It's not great. That's why I have to. Shift all the talking to you. So talk. Let's go.
Let's go. What do we want to talk about? Oklahoma.
Yes.
What did you think of the game?
I thought it was on the post game show. We had a lot of callers call in and say that they were still frustrated.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't feel that way. I thought they played pretty well. I know that the same stuff kind of ultimately hurt them in the end. But I thought it was a step in the right direction. I really did. And I feel now better. Like I was at the press conference today. There was like a better vibe about kind of everything. It almost felt like they won. And I know that might not sit well with everybody, but in a way, I think it's almost like they did. They did better than they were supposed to do, and I think that matters.
Yeah, I think that there's both sides, right? My dad says, no matter how flat the pancake, there's always 2 sides.
Nice.
So
That's a really good dad line.
he said it, and then now he says it. So
Now you say it.
now
On the radio.
I said it once. So there's always both sides. So yes, valiant effort. They no turnovers.
Except for the stupid interception with one hand.
That wasn't stupid. That was actually really cool.
But
it wasn't like a sack, fumble, forced fumble, pick six,
No, none of
9,
those. None of those.
And the interception really didn't do them anything besides being the coolest interception ever.
That's exactly right.
Because they didn't do anything.
It actually hurt them. It took them back 20 yards. They would have just got the ball 20 yards ahead.
Adrian actually passed it to him.
Is an arm punt.
He just had to catch it with one hand.
Yep. He's showing off.
But, it's loud. Loud there. Pretty sure it's so we had 2 false starts on the first back-to-back false starts on the first drive, and then again in the third quarter, I think.
Yeah, there was a few more.
It stopped.
Everybody on the offensive line that played ended up having a penalty.
Yeah. You know, we win together, we lose together. Isn't that what the line says? So
yeah, you can't, everybody always talks about how, there might be one bad guy on the line, but the whole line gets credit for being bad. In this case, all of them had their bad things. Yeah.
Just didn't want to leave anyone out. So and I want to hear from you guys. And I don't know if you want to talk about it still. Like, I know you do your post-game show right away. You talk about it all day. Sip and Jake got you fired up in the morning to talk about it. But it's Monday night, 464-5685. Is the loss, the loss to Oklahoma, is that still bothering you? Is that not bothering you? Sip and I had a good conversation today. We've already hung out today once, so
nice.
We'll hang out again. We were talking about what's the biggest game on Nebraska's schedule this coming up? Like, was it Oklahoma?
The biggest game left, or like the biggest game overall?
Like, kind of both.
Okay.
So, what's the biggest game? And then was it Oklahoma? And then now is it Michigan State because they're ranked? It's an away game. It's a night game, whatever. And I mean, I go all the way back to Illinois week 1 being the big game.
Huge.
Because, if you win that, you have the chance being 3-0 going into Oklahoma. And maybe it's so what ifs. Maybe that kind of turns the tide. Like, they covered the spread. They had the chance with the ball with a minute, 20 seconds left. Adrian gets sacked, and then it's kind of over from there. But how big of a loss is this? I mean, it's hard because a lot of people expected them to lose, but they didn't lose bad. So now does it not sting as bad?
Here's how I kind of look at it. So the middle two games, the Fordham and the Buffalo game, are, they're kind of your baseline. Like, you did what was expected, and I don't think you gained any equity from the fan base or anything on that. I don't think you lost any either. It was just like,
those were supposed to happen.
Nothing. Illinois, terrible.
Yep.
Oklahoma. So did the good from Oklahoma even out the bad from Illinois? Like, that's kind of my question. Like, is that about even, or is it a clean slate right now, or are you still kind of working from behind? I tend to think it's pretty close. Like, I tend to think it's pretty even. I think this is a different team than it was 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, and they're able to show that they are able to go toe to toe with the number 3. Like, people are saying the top 5 team in the country. It's a top 3 team in the country,
yeah.
And it shows that Oklahoma's not invincible. Spencer Rattler rattled.
Nice.
I know. I had to.
Rattlered.
Oklahoma wasn't like amazing. Yeah, they were like picking apart the defense. They had over 400 yards total offense. Like the press release says, Nebraska held them to just 408 yards.
They hadn't scored less than they scored 23 on Saturday.
Under 25 or under 27, was it?
First time since 2015.
Mm-hmm.
Lincoln Riley wasn't even the coach. I mean, it was Bob Stoops. It was a little bit of a different, kind of idea of what they were doing. So that's and the thing I think that's great about it, and this factors into the number of points that they got. I just think Nebraska they played the game on their terms, right? It was kind of their style, their tempo. They dictated how the game was gonna go, and that's a really good thing to do against the 3rd ranked team in the country. Now, however good you think they are, because there were people after the game that were texting us like, well, they don't seem like they're that good. I don't know. That's yet to be determined. But either way, Nebraska was not supposed to be in this game.
Yeah.
And they were.
And an interesting tweet that Kevin Suits had, my colleague at 1011, he does TFTR.
Tweets from the road.
Oh, I was going to say
this is a good bit. I'm sorry.
Ruin the bit.
Forget I said that. This is a good bit by Kevin.
Kevin, my colleague at 1011, does a TFTR tweet.
What does that mean, Nicole?
I know. Weird, right? Like the feeling that really, like, no, you don't know what it means. And so, because people text me, they're like, is he okay? And I'm like, it's thoughts.
Not really, but
it's delusional. A road game, it's a lot. Road games, home games are a lot. So road games, those are thoughts from the road. My main question, is he tweeting and driving?
I thought the same thing. So is this illegal tweets from the road?
That's like, what?
Is this tweets from the road? Like, do we need to put a disclaimer in there? Maybe it could be sponsored by the Nebraska Department of Highway Safety Office. And they say,
or does he just
please don't tweet while driving?
Honestly,
even if you're Kevin.
Like when you put your maps up and it's like, you should not be doing this when you're driving. And it's like, but I need to drive to the place.
I also need to tweet really bad. So
okay. Tweets from the road in caps. TFTR, bout to hit ya. I hate Kevin so much. That's not true. I love him. Hate him. He knows it. He had a really good tweet. He had a bunch of them. Adrian Martinez is having a really good season. Need a good national college football podcast recommendation. Then I dropped my podcast. He didn't favorite it or acknowledge it in any way. How about Nebraska football game where it's not 1473874 degrees? Okay. If you don't want it to be over 100 degrees, wait till I'm shooting the freaking Iowa game and it's snowing.
That's a question that we probably need to ask Kelsey. Was it hotter in Oklahoma or was it hotter for the Buffalo game? Because that game was extremely hot.
We both were on the sidelines and we thought
they had one of those thermometers. It's a classic staple of the really hot September game where they have the thermometer on the field, but it's one of those old school white ones and it looks like a clock.
Yeah,
they have the picture of it, or they have the shot of it on TV, and I think it got up to they said it got up to 133.
Oklahoma or Buffalo?
Buffalo.
It was 137.
137. I don't know. Mess with that, Oklahoma.
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
Nebraska's back. And then where was the tweet that I'm trying to find? This one's funny. What have we done to coffee? Flavor this, flavor that. Want a shot? Latte or iced? Black.
Wow.
What have we done to coffee?
Serious tweets from the road.
Let's see.
What have we done to coffee? We foofed it too much.
Gosh, why did he delete it?
Wow.
It was a really good one.
He had too hot of a take and he deleted it.
Okay. Talk about something for a second while I scroll.
Simple's here. He gave him the finger as he walked in the door.
I found it. Okay.
Which is fine.
This is the best thought from the road I thought Kevin had. It's a bit that he does. Whatever. In Nebraska's 2 losses, they've had the ball in the final minute with the chance to tie or win. 0 first downs.
Yeah, so you want to talk about positives and negatives. That is definitely a negative.
But it's interesting.
I guess it doubles as a positive and a negative because you have a chance to win. Now, you don't want to be in that position against Illinois in a game you were supposed to win by more than a touchdown. But against Oklahoma, I think you'll take it. I will say when Nebraska got the ball back against Oklahoma with no timeouts and like a minute 20 left, I kind of thought,
not happening.
I don't know about this. Like maybe it's just their day.
That's when you say, like, when Tom Brady gets the ball back with 45 seconds and you're like, okay, Tom, what are you made of? And then he goes and he does it.
That's why Lamar Jackson and the Ravens went for 4th down last night. Because
Lamar!
What? Because, Lamar, you want to go for it? Yeah, he's going for it. You want to know why that happened? Because you can't give the ball back to Patrick Mahomes. That would be stupid. You lose.
Stupid.
That would be, so we have to go for it right now and get it, or else we lose. And Nebraska's offense doesn't quite have that cachet right now.
I was intrigued by the lack of Samari Toure.
Yeah.
Was he just shockingly, I am not one to go back and rewatch the game.
Yeah, me neither.
I usually do it the next year. So like this week, I'm watching the last Michigan State game.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's fun.
I always, so like.
You're watching the snow game.
Yeah. And then, because on YouTube, it's like 20 minutes. They just clip it all up. So like before the Illinois game, the first game this year, I watched last year's Illinois game, which obviously very different, coaching staff, fans, whatever. But it's
a good reminder.
Instead of watching the same game I just watched it.
Okay.
But was he covered really well? Was he not? Why was he not a factor?
Well, I think Nebraska, I don't know, maybe not. But I think what they want to do is use their big personnel quite a bit. I mean, Toure is not the biggest guy in the world.
He's quick.
He's quick, though. If they could have got him in space, I think they would have tried. But you saw a lot of like 2 tight ends with Vokalek and Allen blocking. And then the use of their big wide receivers. Their big plays in the passing game came from Omar Manning, large, Xavier Betts, large, right? And that's kind of those guys just making plays and getting open, and then a lot of Adrian stuff in the run game too. So probably just personnel wise wasn't a good Toure day.
Well, it has
Toure
two.
day.
That's funny.
Thank you.
It's not. So he had 3 receptions, 27 yards. The longest was 11.
Yep. I think that'll change on a weekly basis, kind of for what Nebraska does. Like that, the personnel. Like I thought early in the week that it would be a big JoJo Domann game. We hadn't seen much of JoJo Domann.
Mm-hmm.
It was a big JoJo Domann game just because of the team that they were going up against. Maybe this week, not so much. I think you're playing a bigger, more physical team again. So maybe it's time for
your man, Sir Manning.
Omar time.
I kind of just took over your whole.
I talked to Omar Manning for the very first time in my life today, and I heard his voice for the very first time in my life today.
You sound like a father who like just had a son.
And I got to tell you, he sounds like he's wearing a Darth Vader mask.
Have we clipped any of that?
I could get some for you right now.
Well, right now, or should we do it in the next segment?
I can get some for you in the next 20 seconds.
Okay. So this is Omar Manning, who was out a lot last year due to mental health reasons.
Yes.
And he spoke candidly about it today, did he not?
He did. I
was not there at the press conferences. I don't work Mondays for 10-11. I work Mondays here.
Nice. Nice.
And I didn't listen to it. I usually listen to the press conferences, but I didn't today. I just followed along on Twitter, and Happer is a big Omar Manning fan.
Here's Omar. This is just a random clip. I mean, it's just I just wanted 7 seconds of him talking. This is what his voice sounds like.
I feel good, man. You know, it took a big load off my shoulder. I know I can make the plays. You know, just needed the opportunity, and when it presented itself, you know, cashed in on it.
That was real. That was not doctored.
Play it again.
That was not doctored in any way, shape, or form.
Third
I
word,
feel good, man. You know, it took a
good
big load off.
man. Like that. Like
that was not doctored in any way, shape, or form. Now I have doctored a couple of them.
Okay. Well, don't do that. I don't like when you do bits because I can't tell what's a bit or not.
This is a bit.
Okay. Please, like, disclaim.
So if you believe this is his pitch up. It sounds like a normal person, but we are pitched up.
Okay.
On Omar Manning's voice here.
I feel good, man. You know, it took a big load off my shoulder. I know I can make the plays. You know, just needed the opportunity, and when it presented itself, you know, cashed in on it.
Like that could be a real guy.
Okay. Yes, that's more normal sounding.
That could be a real guy. Then I pitched down.
Oh no.
I feel good, man. You know, it took a big load off my shoulder. I know I can make the plays. You know, just needed the opportunity, and when it presented itself, you know,
he's 40. He's a man.
That's nothing. That's not even a person. That's like James Earl Jones and like on like antidepressants or something like that.
Don't say that about James Earl Jones.
I'm not sure what's going on. Yeah, every time I heard, I looked at Cubsker says my roommate's hung out with Omar before, and his voice just shocks me every time he talks. It's really shocking.
What did you ask him?
I asked him about his touchdowns or his touchdown and his other catch, and just kind of what that felt like.
And then you just forgot all other questions you had.
So I was just entranced by his voice. It's amazing. So that was my day today.
Well, I don't even know what he says. Play it again. The normal one.
He was okay, hold on. Here's the normal one. I don't even know what the question was about.
I feel good, man. You know, it took a big load off my shoulder. I know I can make the plays. You know, just needed the opportunity, and when it presented itself, you know, cashed in on it.
I was just about, kind of playing in his first.
I know.
Action.
I feel good and took a big load off my shoulders.
He had a lot of good stuff. He delved into the mental health thing a little bit, and he talked about his mom is like
yes.
I don't want to get this wrong, but someone
tweeted it. Baz tweeted it.
She's deaf, all the way deaf, and almost completely blind. I want to say as well. I don't want to get that wrong, but so he had to learn sign language. He said he learned sign language before he could even speak as a kid. And like, this is just stuff that we had no idea about it before. So he talked about his relationship with his mom which was really cool. Some of the struggles that he's had here and kind of what he's been going through, just, basically just depression. It was really enlightening, and I'm glad he got to kind of talk today. That was nice.
Yeah, Chris Basnet of Lincoln Journal-Star says Omar's mother is deaf and partially blind.
Yeah.
He learned sign language before he could talk. Now on phone calls with his mom, he talks to an interpreter who signs to her.
Yeah. So, I mean, that just goes to show you never really know what anybody else is going through. So
Yeah.
I'm glad we got to talk to Omar today. It was good.
Well, we are going to take a quick break, and on the other side of this is Sir Sipple.
Mr. Sipple. He's going to join us.
Can't wait. I wonder what.
A lot of stuff to get to.
Yeah, I can't even begin. So, okay, take a break. We're back after this.
In the Army National Guard, family means everything.
Our parents, they were really supportive that all 5 of us would join. I got my education because of the Guard. I got to travel a little bit and experience a whole different culture. It helped me get my job, helped me pay for my house.
Serving part-time in the Army National Guard instills pride that you and your family will share. Visit NationalGuard.com to learn more about part-time service. Sponsored by the Nebraska Army National Guard. Aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association at this station.
Hi, Sean Callahan here. In 2013, I first came across Koppel Chevrolet GMC in Louisville, and I've been a customer ever since. What's kept me coming back to Koppel is the people. Oftentimes, owner Bob Koppel and his son Brandon are right there with you in the showroom, walking you through the process. There's no runaround at Koppel. It's a hardworking Nebraska company built on honest, small-town values. So make that short drive to Louisville or visit them online at koppelcars.com.
Experiencing increased body fat, low sex drive, lack of energy, or general fatigue? Vitalize Health offers testosterone replacement therapy and peptide therapy to boost hormone levels and build muscle mass. Call Vitalize Health today at 402-413-0717 or go online to vitalizehealthne.com.
Your home should not be a zoo to unwelcomed animals. Let the experts at Bats to Rats take care of those problems. Dane has been a leader in wildlife and pest management and prevention in Lincoln and the surrounding area for 15 years. It can help you get rid of bats, rodents, and anything else. Whether it's residential or commercial buildings, schools, apartments, or churches, they're always a phone call away. Call today at 402-310-0904 or visit batsterats.com. Bats to Rats Wildlife Control and Prevention.
Liberty First Credit Union is here to help you save time and money. Get a consolidation loan and conveniently combine all of your loans into one, leaving you with one fixed payment and one low-rate loan. Not a member? That's okay. Join Liberty First Credit Union at any of the 4 Lincoln locations, Seward, and in Omaha at 108th and L Street. Start saving with Liberty First Credit Union. Apply for a consolidation loan now at libertyfirstcu.com today. Approval required. Equal opportunity lender. Liberty First Credit Union. Banking with purpose.
If you're struggling to get motivated to work out, you're not alone. And Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping is here to help. Build muscle, burn fat, and lose weight with Farrell's 10-week challenge starting October 2nd. Farrell's combines kickboxing with inclusive strength training and nutrition planning to help you stay on track. Go to fxblincoln.com to sign up, and if you mention the ticket, you'll get a 50% discount. It's the Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping 10-week challenge starting October 2nd with 2 locations in Lincoln.
Tailgating wasn't just meant for weekends. Join 93.7 A Ticket every Tuesday at Chick-fil-A for Tailgate Tuesdays. Scan your app with any purchase on Tuesdays and you'll be entered to win a tailgate meal for 15 people. That's chicken nuggets, fresh fruit, and iced tea or lemonade. Winners will be contacted each Wednesday, and you can come see Tom and Bach from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the 48th and O location or at South Point each week. It's Tailgate Tuesdays all season long at Chick-fil-A in Lincoln.
Action Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electric is your go-to service call in Lincoln and Southeast Nebraska for expertise, convenience, and reliability. As your home and business needs expand, so do the services Action can deliver. Now positioned as Southeast Nebraska's premier installer of charging stations for electronic vehicles, they're always committed to a job done right. Give them a call or visit their website at actionlincoln.com. Action, your proud sponsor of the Ticket Postgame Show.
Are you dragging through each day? Most people are dehydrated or deficient in essential vitamins, minerals, and more. Live Hydration Spa helps you get more out of your life with their IV hydration treatments to help with anti-aging, weight loss, endurance, and more. Their performance packages can help you feel better doing your normal daily routine with boosts of energy and vitality, an increase in immunity, and quicker athletic recovery. Call today for an appointment at 402-413-2042 or walk in at 71st and Pioneers. Live Hydration Spa.
Today's Husker Radio Report. I'm Sean Callahan of HuskerOnline.com. Well, Nebraska came up short on Saturday at Oklahoma, losing 23-16. But as head coach Scott Frost said, there's a lot of positives they leave Norman with.
I told them after the game, everything they want to accomplish this year is right in front of them. We're going to get more opportunities to win a big game. But if they play like that, like we played today all year and fight that hard all year, we're going to have a chance in a lot of games. As disappointed as I am, I'm happy for the way that they competed.
However, as quarterback Adrian Martinez said following the loss, there's no such thing as a moral victory.
You come to a school like Nebraska, you expect to win every game. Our guys aren't into moral victories. We want to win games, simple as that. There are definitely a lot of positives to take away from today, and we will do that once we watch the film. But at the end of the day, we lost the game, so that is that.
Huskers now have to travel again, this time for a night game at undefeated Michigan State. Reporting with the Nebraska football team in Norman, Oklahoma over the weekend, I'm Sean Callahan of HuskerOnline.com.
The party is back on in Lincoln this fall, and there's no party like the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show at Tipsy Tina's in the Haymarket. Join the whole ticket crew for 2.5 hours of pregame coverage before every home and away game this football season as they get you ready for the game. It's the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show at Tipsy Tina's in the Haymarket. Sponsored by Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping, Tractor Supply Distribution Center, T.O. Haas Tire and Auto, Planet Fitness, Barnwood and Leather, and Vitalize Health. Back to the Ticket Weeknights on 93 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Here's your host, Nicole Griffith.
And welcome back into the Ticket Weeknights. It should be Ticket Weeknight with Nicole Griffith, because Chris from Facebook just asked us a very important question. It was, is this just a Monday show? And yes, I don't know if that's sad news to report or to confirm, but this is just a Monday show. So the Ticket Weeknights goes Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. But I, Nicole Griffith, just host the Monday night show. So maybe I have my new name title. Just a Monday show.
Just a Monday show. We have to introduce our guest.
Okay, I was going to get there. So we went from two people.
I've learned the way.
See, we've gone from 2 people to 4 people now.
That's harder to manage.
Stop talking. We've gone 2 people to 4 people. Big Sky is now in here in studio. I don't think the camera's on him, though. Happer.
Yes.
Say hello.
Hey.
And Steve Sipple, who is new to radio because he didn't put his headphones on before we went into
He asked, is this how I do this?
This is how I do this.
Yeah.
Hey, it's nice to see you. All of you.
It's great to see you, Sipple.
Yeah, because let's rev this up a little bit, though.
Okay.
Nicole.
It's a pretty big game this week, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Sip. How big of a game is this?
So you guys are messing with me at this point.
No, we're not messing with you.
We just know that you think this is an important game.
This is a big one.
I couldn't.
Now, hold on. Are we having a serious conversation? At this point?
No, yes. So
no, yeah, yes, no. That's the Midwest
Help me
answer
out,
for
So
no.
the Oklahoma game, like the second it ended, I'm like, all right, how is this going to carry over? Because they've had trouble carrying positive things over.
Okay, that's really interesting. Anyway, is it real positive that they lost that game?
I tend to think it's a net positive.
See, it's interesting. See, we could have a whole show
Let's do
about
it.
that. I'm not sure.
Hello, then. This is my show. You're doing the questions.
Is it a net
just say
positive, Nicole?
I'm the one who's supposed to be asking the questions.
I want to ask you.
hello,
I want to
man.
ask you. Is it a net positive?
No, it's a loss.
It's a net negative.
It's a negative.
I'm kind of with Nicole on this.
Interesting.
Losers.
Yeah.
They're a bunch of losers.
I would say I heard some degree of criticism that was too negative in my column. But I just look at it's a loss, and I didn't think that Oklahoma was all that good, and I didn't start swinging that way till late in the week. People were saying from Oklahoma, guys I know down there, like, hey, simple, this Oklahoma team's not that great.
Mm-hmm.
So my thinking going in was, okay, this shouldn't be too bad. And then by the end of the first quarter, I was like, Nebraska should go toe-to-toe with these guys.
Yeah.
So I came out of it thinking missed opportunity.
Definitely a good matchup for Nebraska, and definitely still a missed opportunity.
Yeah.
But like I said,
Good matchup.
I think net positive. I
think for a lot of the fans, it was a net positive.
I don't mind that. I mean, I hear what you're saying. I get it. I'm not being critical.
No, most of what we got on our postgame show was in line with the way you guys were thinking. And it was the way that they lost it. You know, it's penalties and mistakes and stuff like that. And but I think the last two games after the Illinois game have carried over. And they look like a much better football team. And I think the game against a tough opponent, regardless of how good you think they are, they're tough. You know, that is a step in the right direction.
You're saying Nebraska's tough.
No, I'm saying Oklahoma.
Oh,
yeah.
I think Nebraska's pretty tough.
Yeah, definitely. That's true.
What it comes down to me, Nicole, now is
she's mad at us.
I'm not mad.
No,
I'm not mad. I'm listening.
Discussion at this point.
You guys don't get to hang out every day or anything, so I'm letting you guys do the conversating.
The spillover is a tough segment for me. I really gotta.
Is it tough?
I gotta get going. You know, now I'm already. You know, I'm riled up.
Yeah, here's the deal. Nebraska is interesting to me right now because I think they're pretty good, but there's that obvious concern, two obvious concerns hanging out there above all. One's the offensive line, and the other's just the continued issues on special teams. Now, what some people would say, oh yeah, well, that's offensive line issues that's probably 45% of the problem. That's a big chunk, you know. So I don't know if they can overcome that or not. That's what I want to see.
Mm-hmm.
Am I talking into the microphone?
You're doing a great job.
Yep, you're doing good.
What else you got, Nicole?
I want to keep talking about Oklahoma. You were down there. It's been 10 years since they played.
Mm-hmm.
Was it fun?
It was super intense. I mean, it was.
Scuffle game. 2021
scuffle. Yes.
So
think of the scuffle.
1971, right? Game of the century.
Yeah.
Was there a scuffle then?
2021 is the scuffle game.
Yeah. It was. I would just say this. I'd start here. Walking to the stadium. It's intense. I mean, they're the number 3 ranked team in the country. It's Oklahoma, so it's supercharged now. And you know, on the sideline, yeah, it is. On the sideline before the game, it's supercharged. It feels big. Yeah, they had a little skirmish at midfield.
I stay on their side of the 50.
Yeah, frosty. Austin Allen said. I mean, what I saw that was most interesting was Austin Allen literally, like, physically pushing his teammates back, like, get away. We're not going to do this. First of all, we can't afford to get a flag. You know,
before the game even starts.
They tried. They were only a couple seconds off.
Right. But yeah, 30 minutes before the game, he said, we have no business getting a flag now because we're chirping at Oklahoma. But Oklahoma was chirping at them. They were chirping back. It got pretty heated. Austin Allen, though, I thought it was fascinating to watch Austin Allen literally physically pushing guys back and telling them, knock it off.
Yeah.
They need that. I mean, I think it's frustrating that Cam Taylor-Britt was one of the guys doing the jarring, and he was one of the guys doing the jarring after the Illinois loss.
Yeah, now as far as that goes, now, Nicole, it doesn't bother me that dudes are doing that. I understand. I kind of understand both sides of this. You get revved up before a game.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you're revved up. I mean, you got a lot of juices flowing, and sometimes that's what happens. Guys jaw at each other. It's not that big of a deal.
But people don't want to see that in losses.
Well, they hadn't lost yet. It was before the game.
But they still lost the game.
Yeah, but this was before the game.
But he was jarring after Illinois.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I get it. There's different.
The scuffle. There wasn't another.
I get what you're saying. Like it's weird coming from a team that hasn't really done anything.
I don't even. Kind of, but I just think when you're in the moment, guys are gonna say stuff, and that's what.
Well, they should.
I'm with you. Yeah.
I don't know if they shouldn't.
Zip it.
They were on their side of the 50. What happens when they come over to your side?
Austin Allen would agree with Nicole. Austin Allen would agree with Nicole.
Yeah.
They were on the wrong side of the field.
I guess.
Wrong side of the field. It's always the rule in football. You have the 50 to over, you have the 50 to over.
You know what's interesting about this that nobody's talked about because it's not a big deal, but Buffalo was on Nebraska's side, and it angered Nebraska. And Nebraska made sure to tell the official, and the official told Maurice Linguist, and Linguist blew a gasket. Yeah.
Men.
Yeah. And exactly.
What? Why?
Why was there no scuffle?
Yeah, there should have been a scuffle. It was too hot.
But that stuff happens. It happens.
They're just trying to like poke the bear a little bit.
I think that it's just heated. People are heated. It's big, it's a big time situation, and they get overheated a little bit.
The 137 degrees didn't help.
It was also 137.
Oh, I have a question for you, Sep. Next on the list, turn your sound off on
that
your
was
phone.
obnoxious. I'm so
Act
sorry.
like you've been in this room before.
I'm so sorry. Jake kills me on
What
that.
are they? Push notifications? Twitter?
Yeah.
Blowing up on Twitter?
Jake kills me on that.
Well, I'm not going to kill you. I'm not going to murder you.
Well, I mean, literally, I'm still here.
How excited are you to go to Penn State next year?
Who told you to ask that? We're not going to Penn State next year.
Are we going to Penn State next year?
Nicole,
Or the year after that?
we're going back there.
How much? Just talk about your love for Happy Valley.
I mean, you see how I look, right? I mean, I look a little beat up.
What?
Do I look a little beat up? A lot of it's about 4 trips to Happy Valley.
Well, do you just get lost and confused?
No,
Like,
have you ever been there?
no.
It's horrifying.
I may have been tipped off to ask you about this,
Yeah.
so I want to know
Well,
why.
we're talking about good road trips.
Okay, well,
It's
wait a
not
minute.
a good road. It's not a good road trip. Okay, it is. It is. It's miserable. Okay, I mean, where do we? I'm trying to think of the city we stay in. It's near Hershey. I can't even think of the name of the place. Harrisburg. We stay in Harrisburg, which you kind of have to if you don't stay right in Happy Valley. And Harrisburg's like 2 hours away, and it's winding road to get there. And it's hard to get there. And when we've been there, it's been cold and miserable. And just the structure it's hard. The press box, and I don't like to do this because people are going to say, "Oh yeah, the press box." The press box is incredible. Like I'm a little guy. I can't imagine being a big guy because it's way like the seat is way higher than the table that you put your computer on. So it's really weird. It's really cramped in, and it's hard to get to and from the place. And it's just sort of like when you go there, it's just this big structure on a hill, and it's usually cold and windy. Okay, the closest to death I've ever been was in Happy Valley. It was a game where Smith kicked he had to kick
13.
Yeah, he had to kick field goals twice to win because the first one did they call timeouts or a penalty?
Yeah.
Oh, there was field goal issues?
No, but
Nebraska made it.
But it was so cold, and it got cold during the game, so I was dressed like this. And when we walked to the car, it was like -5, and I had like a sweatshirt on. And we couldn't find the car because you have to park 3 miles away, and it's not lit. I mean, you're just parking a big grass expanse.
So what happened? Did you get attacked by a bear or
no? We couldn't find the
hypothermia?
car, and I about froze to death. I mean, I think I was 3 minutes away from serious issues.
Wow.
Yeah. So there's a lot of problems with that. That was a great win.
Frostbite? Hypothermia?
I was shaken up. I was really. Hey, this is like star-studded people just coming through the door. It's amazing.
Look at that.
It's amazing.
Yeah. That's why
Nicole brings the people together.
I do.
Yeah. So yeah,
But they don't let me talk.
I don't think we're going back there.
Ever?
Well, it's
I'll find out.
Yeah, it's not for a while.
Because it's not there.
I'll be retired.
No, you won't. As soon as the Happy Valley game is on the schedule, you're done. That's when Sip.
Yeah.
Well, Happer he asked the question about where I would want to go for a venue that I haven't been.
Where would you want to go?
And I just mentioned, I said LSU.
Okay.
And then I said all the valleys, and then he brought up Happy Valley.
Oh, but why would you like to go to LSU?
Because I want to go to the Alex Box Stadium. I want to go to a baseball game there.
Oh, that would be super cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We get like a taste of it here. Obviously, the Haymarket Park's awesome for baseball, and then also College World Series. But
I think football there would be cool too.
LSU, yeah,
Death Valley.
maybe not right now.
You're right, Simple. We're not going back for at least another 5 years.
That's retired.
I wonder if someone had something to do with that.
He's got that much pull.
No, I don't have that much pull.
So you're going to Michigan State?
Oh yeah.
How are you excited? Do you like paper guys don't like night games?
It's okay. I don't mind it. The pain is very quick. It is. There's no time.
It's nice.
Right, you can't think about the pain. You have to just do it.
I gotta have the story. I have the column written basically as the game's ending.
Well, that's how it is with TV. It just blows through our show, so it's just kind of a lot less stress.
Oh, so you're free on Saturday?
Not free.
Like you're out.
Well, we'll have to do like live hits. So Kevin will have to be live, and then we'll just take the post game through the Huskers.
Yeah, we're working, baby, all
the
night.
Grind.
Yep, we're grinding.
It doesn't stop.
Yeah, it's a huge game.
Okay, how big of a game is this game?
I'm interested if when I say jives with what you guys have said. Nicole, you could make the argument that it is the biggest game of Frost's tenure because they're 2-2. I think they desperately need desperate, maybe going a little bit too far, but the program needs a big win right now to tell the players that what we're doing are the right things. And let's face it, that's the 20th ranked team in the country. If you beat them, it gets notice. And if you lose, now you're 2-3 and the pressure just mounts. Maybe put it this way, Nicole. If you beat Michigan State, a lot of pressure goes away. It does. A lot of pressure goes away.
Well, that's just because each loss will just be more pressure for the next game.
True.
Well, I mean, because you have Northwestern
That's
next.
one facet of it.
But wouldn't you say any like Ohio State, Wisconsin, Iowa, Minnesota, they're all ranked too. Those
could be bigger, but we're talking about right now.
That's okay. So this is my argument
Those
with
all
this
could
is
be bigger.
This is the big game.
Right.
It's always going to be
I know.
a big game.
It's frustrating. I get you. I totally understand.
Like is this it?
Right.
No.
No,
it is. It's big right now, but then
then what?
Well, it depends on how they do.
Right. No, I totally understand. It's a frustrating conversation. I hate it too. I hated that whole
I didn't say I hated it.
I don't like it. Because it was that was the Illinois game. It's the biggest game of Frost.
It's a Super Bowl.
Yeah. And I always say, I guess, but I mean,
well, you guys would
now we're
agree.
but 3 games later, we're talking now it's the biggest game.
But you would agree that it's put them in a little bit of a hole. Like
yes.
If they win that game and they have the performance against Oklahoma, I mean, you're like ahead of pace.
I know. The conversation tends to go round and round, but I agree with Nicole in that. What was it? Just 3 games ago, we were saying it's the biggest game in Frost's tenure. So
maybe
now
it was.
Well, I guess you can have another one.
Sure, you can.
Yeah.
Well, it's exhausting.
Yeah, it gets a little.
It's exhausting.
And Heather, I always think of something you said, where this is a referendum season, and those seasons are really heavy. Mm-hmm. It's just everything feels heavy, right?
It didn't feel heavy. It didn't feel heavy this past week.
No, because they weren't expected to win.
That's right.
Yeah.
Now it gets a little heavier again.
Well, I don't expect them to win. I don't mind saying that. I don't expect them to beat Michigan State. It's a tougher game than Oklahoma in a lot of ways. I'm factoring in that Oklahoma's probably more like the 15th best team in the country or the 10th best team in the country, not the 3rd. And this is a night game against a team that has a big-time running back, a quarterback that's playing way better than anybody thinks, and a defense that's probably better than Oklahoma's.
Different for sure.
Different, but
Oklahoma is pretty good defense.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
I like this. I would take this defense over Oklahoma's.
It's probably pretty close for me.
Front 7. I'd take the front 7.
They're big, that's for sure. They're probably bigger than that.
They're traditionally really good up front, and they're good up front.
You didn't think that Oklahoma, they had Winfrey and then the Benito guy chasing everybody down?
Winfrey, if you watch that game, Winfrey was generally a non-factor. Winfrey's a big name. He's a big name, but What kind of impact did he have on that game?
Oh, he was in the backfield a couple times, chasing around Adrian
Yeah,
Martinez.
it wasn't like Sue. I mean, it wasn't like he was wrecking the middle.
Yeah.
No, Winfrey is overrated.
Mm.
Yeah, Winfrey's overrated. Benito and Isaiah Thomas are excellent players, and they cause a lot of
They
problems.
had the good feedback,
But
too.
if you watch the film of that game, just tell me if Winfrey had a big impact. At the end of the game, what would you –
I didn't
he's that
rewatch
kind
it.
of
I
guy.
remember popping a
Here's the
couple
kind of guy Winfrey is. When you watch warm-ups, you're like, oh, my God, look at that dude. But then at the end of the game, you're like, where was that guy? That's Winfrey.
Well, thank you, Sip. I got 2 questions in for that entire segment. We're going to take a break quick and
We
then
do a rapid fire simple.
rapid fire right after this.
Oh, we're doing rapid fire.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
A few scattered thunderstorms a possibility this morning ahead of a strong cold front, which will bring big changes. We'll reach up to near 80 by the noon hour, but see temperatures falling to near 70 by this evening. North-northwest winds eventually gusting over 25. Mainly clear tonight, a low down to 50. A beautiful day tomorrow with a high of 72. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Tired of interrupted printing or money-wasting long-term copier contract? Join Cartridge World's no-cost printer program. You get a free brand printer, free service maintenance and repair, free delivery. All this for just buying our high-quality, affordable printer cartridges. Simple agreements and a local-friendly service, as it has been for more than 25 years. Cartridge World. Contact us today.
We take our college football Saturdays so seriously at 93.7 The Ticket that one post-game show simply isn't enough. Join Husker Hall of Famer Jay Foreman and DP for the Ticket postgame. 90 minutes following each Nebraska game at Tanner's Bar and Grill at 30th and Yankee Hill. They'll break down the game from their vantage point and bring in special guests as well, with giveaways to listeners who drop by. It's the Ticket postgame with Jay Foreman and DP at Tanner's Bar and Grill. Sponsored by Action Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning and Vinnie Kreekak of State Farm Insurance. The party is back on in Lincoln this fall, and there's no party like the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show at Tipsy Tina's in the Haymarket. Join the whole Ticket crew for 2.5 hours of pregame coverage before every home and away game this football season as they get you ready for the game. It's the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show at Tipsy Tina's in the Haymarket. Sponsored by Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping, Tractor Supply Distribution Center, T.O. Haas Tire and Auto, Planet Fitness, Barnwood and Leather, and Vitalize Health. This is your High School Minute.
With your Southeast Community College High School Minute, I'm Nick Sainert. In high school basketball, Creighton Prep forward Luke Younger's committed to UNO on Sunday. Back on the football field on Friday night, number 1 Bellevue West fell at home to Millard South 42-24. In the first half alone, Millard South scored touchdowns of 16, 60, 65, and 70 yards and only allowed 7 Thunderbird points in the second half. Lincoln Southeast lost on the road at number 6 Creighton Prep 41-7. Prep running back Charmar Brown led all ball carriers with 12 carries and 87 yards while finding the end zone twice. On the other side, Husker football commit Jake Applegate had 8 receptions for 131 yards and a score for Lincoln Southeast. And lastly, in Class B action, Norris hosted Omaha Roncalli on Friday evening. The Titans were able to get on top early and never looked back, topping Roncalli 44-0 and improving to 2-2 on the season. Norris moves on to face Beatrice this Friday night. This has been your High School Minute, sponsored by Southeast Community College, with locations in Lincoln, Beatrice, and Milford. Learn more today at southeast.edu.
Angry about a recent Nebraska football loss? Go throw axes at Craft Axe Throwing. Optimistic about the upcoming Nebraska football game? Go sign up for free football tickets at Craft Axe Throwing. Bring some friends, reserve a bay for an hour or more, release anger at the targets by hucking an axe at it, and walk away feeling better about yourselves and the football season, just in time to enter for a chance to win a free pair of tickets to the next home game as you walk out the door. Reserve your lane online at craftaxethrowing.com or call 402-802-9696. Craft Axe Throwing at 18th and N in Lincoln.
Are you dragging through each day? Most people are dehydrated or deficient in essential vitamins, minerals, and more. Live Hydration Spa helps you get more out of your life with their IV hydration treatments to help with anti-aging, weight loss, endurance, and more. Their performance packages can help you feel better doing your normal daily routine with boosts of energy and vitality, an increase in immunity, and quicker athletic recovery. Call today for an appointment at 402-413-2042 or walk in at 71st and Pioneers. Live Hydration Spa.
Today's Husker Radio Report. I'm Sean Callahan of HuskerOnline.com. Well, Nebraska came up short on Saturday at Oklahoma, losing 23-16. But as head coach Scott Frost said, there's a lot of positives they leave Norman with.
I told them after the game, everything they want to accomplish this year is right in front of them. We're going to get more opportunities to win a big game. But if they play like that, like we played today all year and fight that hard all year, we're going to have a chance in a lot of games. As disappointed as I am, I'm happy for the way that they competed.
However, as quarterback Adrian Martinez said following the loss, there's no such thing as a moral victory.
We come to a school like Nebraska, you expect to win every game. Our guys aren't into moral victories. We want to win games, simple as that. There are definitely a lot of positives to take away from today, and we will do that once we watch the film. But at the end of the day, we lost the game, so that is that.
Huskers now have to travel again, this time for a night game at undefeated Michigan State. Reporting with the Nebraska football team in Norman, Oklahoma over the weekend, I'm Sean Callahan of HuskerOnline.com.
Hey, sports fans. Rico here with HIS Auto Care 70th and Van Dorn. Carfax recently awarded us as a top-rated auto service center for 2020, and Lincoln Choice Awards voted us as the 2021 top independent auto repair center. Call us at 402-488-8934 for superior service bumper to bumper. Mention this ad and get 7% off. Doesn't get any better than that. Rico for his Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
The Nebraska Lottery has some big news about the biggest lotto game around. Powerball from the Nebraska Lottery is adding a Monday night drawing. That's right. Instead of Powerball drawings on Wednesday and Saturday nights, now you can also win millions on Monday nights. With the starting jackpot in the millions and drawings 3 times a week, America's biggest lotto game is now bigger than ever. So play Powerball today and start looking forward to Mondays for a change. Powerball top prize odds 1 in 292 million.
Liberty First Credit Union is here to help you save time and money. Get a consolidation loan and conveniently combine all of your loans into one, leaving you with one fixed payment and one low-rate loan. Not a member? That's okay. Join Liberty First Credit Union at any of the 4 Lincoln locations, Seward, and in Omaha at 108th and L Street. Start saving with Liberty First Credit Union. Apply for a consolidation loan now at libertyfirstcu.com today. Approval required. Equal opportunity lender. Liberty First Credit Union. Banking with purpose.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM first. 93.7 The Ticket.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Welcome to Ticket Weeknights.
Okay, here's the deal with Nicole.
Live from Copple Chevrolet GMC Studios in the heart of Lincoln, America.
You just gotta tell it like it is.
Nicole is, she's very wise.
Sometimes you're not gonna like it.
Here is your host, Nicole Griffith.
Welcome back into hour 2, Ticket Weeknights with Nicole Griffith. Just a Monday show. You can stream us live on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. Great stuff.
People watch on Twitch.
People watch on Twitch. All 5 of them. Shout out you guys. Mm-hmm. I'm joined in studio, Connor Happer, the morning anchor now. He's, sticking around, which is nice for him to do that.
Call it mid-morning, maybe. I don't know.
Mid-morning.
8 to 11, whatever that is.
And then we have Big Sky pushing some buttons. Appreciate that. And then Monday Night Football, because this is a sports show, so got to get that out. Packers and Lions playing tonight, Monday Night Football. I don't have a score. It hasn't started yet. It hasn't even started yet.
Hey,
so
you're good. 0-0.
I'm excited to welcome our next guest. She is one of my friends, because I only bring my friends on the show. Kelsey Casper of Channel 8, KLKN. She is the sports anchor there. And hi, Kelsey.
Hello. Thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome. This is your first time on radio, you said?
Yeah, this is. I'm kind of nervous.
Okay, it's okay. I just, We just make fun of people all the time on
Yeah.
here.
Oh, yeah,
And by
super
people,
easy.
we make fun of each other. So
Correct.
we don't make fun of people. But
Yeah, healthy jabs.
Kelsey, why don't you tell the lovely people of the ticket a little bit about yourself, where you came from? I mean, I know all this, so I don't want to sound like I don't know my friend. But Indianapolis?
Indiana, technically.
Indiana,
I went
okay.
to school in Indianapolis. I went to Butler.
Yeah.
But I grew up in Munster, Indiana, which is right outside Chicago. It's like northwest Indiana, like all the way up in the corner. So it's only like 30 minutes outside the city. So
Nice.
that's where I grew up loving Chicago sports.
She's a
Bears.
Bears, yes.
White Sox.
Two
White
Bears.
Sox.
Oh, Sox. Southside.
Yes.
And this town is infiltrated with Cubs fans.
I know.
Lots of Cubs
It
fans.
makes no sense.
Lots of Bears fans.
Yeah, Bears fans around here, but I mean, I guess you'll find Cubs fans anywhere, but
That's true.
That's
it's
definitely
pretty annoying. But
Well, they've kind of disbanded because the team's disbanded. But
yeah, it's odd. They're quieter now.
yeah, real quiet now.
It's
huh?
interesting.
So how long have you been at Channel 8?
Yeah, I've been here for a year and 3 months, almost a year and a half right now, which I say it flies by, but it's also so slow at the same time. It just drags on, but
Yeah, you came in. You had a really funny tweet at the beginning. It was like, cover the Big Ten, they said, and then the pandemic started. It's
yeah, like, oh yeah, like I'm so excited, Big
Yeah.
Ten athletics, and then like psych, no.
So how soon before that did you get here?
Oh, it was probably like a couple weeks.
Oh my God.
I literally remember the day that they announced they, cut it.
Yeah.
I came into work and Andrew was our sports director then. He's like, we're going live in 30 minutes. I was like, what? Like we had like a 40-minute cut-in show that I had no clue what I was doing. I didn't prep it at all. He did it all. And I just sat there and I just had no clue what was going on, but it was all craziness and that kind of started everything. But
yeah,
you got to just dive head first,
And you're doing just that. So what is it? So week 4 for Nebraska football.
Yeah.
How what's it like covering this program?
It's a lot of fun.
You can lie. Or you don't have to lie.
It has its ups and downs.
Oh my gosh, it for sure has its ups and downs. It's very time consuming. It's like I come in, we go to a press conference at 10 a.m. and I still anchor the 10 p.m. show at night. So it's a lot. It's tiring. It's exhausting. But this team's a lot of fun. The fans, I think, are awesome. That makes it so much more fun to know that like this entire state like cheers this team on, and it makes my job more enjoyable. And so yeah, it definitely has its ups and downs.
Because your first season was pandemic, so no fans.
Yeah, it was weird.
Crazy.
Imagine that being your first impression of Memorial Stadium is
Unbelievable.
no fans.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was weird, and I got to go to one away game. I went to Purdue. That was cool, but at the same time, like
for football,
yeah,
last year,
yeah.
Nice.
But like,
winnable
You
game.
had some weird road trips in your in your short history here.
I really have. I went to Purdue mainly last year because I got to see my family, which was cool. Like
Nice.
It was nice. They're like, yeah, you can go home. So I was like, perfect. But yeah, odd, no fans. They won that game though.
They did.
That was one of the few games they
One of
won.
the 3.
Nebraska won
That
last
was
year.
sweet against
That
Purdue.
Purdue
Yeah.
game?
Yeah.
Yep.
Was that the Darian Daniels? Like
No,
he
that was 2
stumbled-
years ago.
Oh.
They lost that game.
He stumbled at the 30-yard line.
That was really funny. Still a great GIF.
So Damian Daniels, his older brother, Darian, got a sack fumble.
It was
Or-
it was a strip sack, and he
Big
was
man.
like they had the camera right on him close, and he was like running with the ball, and then fell over at like the
Like,
2-yard line.
Oh,
He's
man.
like 310.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
How's Link? Okay, so yes, kind of weird, like pandemic for literally most of it. But how has Lincoln been treating you?
Yeah, it's been good. I love how this is still a big city, but it feels like a small town, stuff like that. I think pretty much everyone says that, but it's true. You still got the downtown aspect, which is fun. Go out with friends, a bunch of restaurants you can choose from. And I love the small town feel of going to high school games. Like I love going to high school games, communities. It's so much fun. But yeah.
Do you have so high school football? How far have you like traveled for it? Do you anchor sometimes the show, so do you kind of try
Yeah.
to stay local then?
Yeah, especially last year I went farther.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think of where like the farthest. I mean, you go to Wahoo, you go to Seward and Crete and Beatrice.
Seward 4-0. They're up to something.
People
They're
forget.
good. People forget. Jamie Opfer. Shout out head coach.
Coach Jamie Opfer. Oh, yeah.
Shout out Coach Jamie.
They were our game of the week a couple weeks ago. Who did they beat? Crete or
They
something?
were our game of the week.
Yeah.
That game too. Mark and I going live from like 10 feet away. That's the thing. Like some people people are always like, oh, your competition's here, and I'm like, we're friends. And
It's definitely that way in the Nebraska media. Like I don't know how it is in any other place.
No, yeah,
but-
I get so excited. Like we did the Lincoln Lutheran Lincoln Christian game together, and I saw her from afar. I was like, "You're here!"
And she texted me, and I couldn't see her.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Where is this? Where is she?"
And you just have someone to talk to and hang out
Go
with.
to the field goal post.
Yeah.
I'll
The
meet you there.
Spirit Sword.
Oh, the Spirit
The
Sword.
Battle of the Spirit Sword. Happer, you weren't there, so
I was not.
where were you?
What were you doing?
Waverly,
That
North?
was either the Waverly night or
Oh, that was maybe that when they played Elkhorn or that
yes,
1 point game.
Waverly Elkhorn. Yeah,
I love high school football here.
I do too.
It's so fun.
it means a lot to those. You guys have been to all those Class B schools. Like it means a lot to the smaller towns, and,
Mhm.
and it's still really good football too. So
Yeah.
that's always fun.
Do you have a favorite sports memory in your year in 3 months? Tenure in Lincoln, Nebraska?
I did love going to Arkansas. That
Yes.
was so much fun.
Wow.
I met Connor there.
Burying the
Sat next to
lead.
each other.
Yep, sat next to each
I
other.
said we're gonna have Kelsey on the show. Kelsey Casper. He goes, I know Kelsey.
Yeah, Kelsey.
Kelsey. I
And
know.
Arkansas sat next to each other. We sat outside, which were the better seats,
Oh
by
my
the way.
God, we were right behind home plate. That stadium
In
was
the
so
people.
freaking cool.
Yeah.
It was awesome. Baseball is my favorite sport to cover, especially I love college, and oh my God, the whole place was freaking packed, and it was just so much fun. And I have to say, I love the Woo Pig Suey chant. It's so unique.
That's the
and
thing.
catchy.
That's the thing about these random college towns and places. Like they just have their own weird thing. I don't know what Nebraska's weird thing is. Like maybe it's just that they're really nice.
It's not
But,
weird.
but you go to these weird places and it's just like, what are they doing?
Exactly.
And please teach me.
And at Oklahoma, they did the Boomer Sooner. I was like, that is got nothing on Woo Pig Suey. I was like, it
Yeah.
doesn't even come close. I came back to the newsroom and I was doing it for like 3 days straight. It was just so much fun.
I'm just wondering, like, do pigs literally get called by that? So, like, are they running around?
I have no idea.
Yeah.
The 37 pig. What is it? The
30 to 50 feral hogs.
feral hogs. They're just running around.
Yeah, I don't know if the hogs like they're in their little pit and they're like, what's going on?
Yeah,
They're calling
no.
the hogs. I don't think that happens, but I'm not sure.
You don't. I mean, but do you know?
I didn't research it. I should have.
So you've been to Purdue. You've been to Arkansas. And then you just went to Oklahoma.
Yes.
So Husker game. I haven't even gotten. Not trying to say like it's a big deal. I like kind of choose to not go to football away games because it's a lot. We've already
Very
unpacked it.
stressful, yeah.
What was that experience like? Okay, so Sip was in here. He told us about it, but he's print. We're
Mhm.
camera. A few more gear pieces.
Yeah, there's a lot going on, but it was so exciting and so cool. That's definitely like a bucket list item to go to not only go there and watch a game, but a Nebraska Oklahoma game. Like that was really cool. I know my dad was texting me for days leading up to
Oh,
this,
yeah.
how excited he was. He's like, hey, here's a link to your research. I was like, all right, man, like I'll do it.
Watch this
But,
game.
Yeah. So definitely a lot of history behind it, which I love. It was super cool, packed, especially being on the sidelines there. You don't realize how close everything is. The fans are right next to
That's
you.
what
There's
Adrian
no
says.
room. There's no room. Oh yeah, they got heckled because the Oklahoma student section was literally right behind them, and there's no room on that sideline. At least at Memorial Stadium, they have like
the gates
and the
There's a
walls
buffer
go up.
area. Yeah.
There's a buffer area, and it goes up like 10 feet at least. No, this is like you can hold hands with someone right across the railing. Like it was very close, which made
A
it
valley
loud
of sorts.
and
What was the intensity like compared to Arkansas? Because I was, I didn't go to Oklahoma, but I like felt it.
Yeah.
And I think you could feel it in Arkansas.
yeah, I think it was definitely similar. It's just more.
Yeah.
And it
Yeah.
was
Well,
just-
yeah, it's football.
Yeah, exactly. It was just like that times 10. Like everyone was into it. Super loud, and it was so hot too. And
Yes.
They were
Okay. Great segue. You and I were both on the field for the Buffalo game, which was like 90 some degrees, and then field temp was 137. And we were struggling.
Steamy.
Mhm. It was, yeah.
Terrible. How did that game compare to the Oklahoma game?
Yeah, I said it. I think the Oklahoma game felt hotter, but the thing is, it was on grass, which was nice. You know, you didn't grass. It was on
Huge
grass.
grass guy. Huge grass guy.
Are you a big grass guy?
Big. You like grass?
I do.
That's why I tweeted on Saturday. Dude, I want all the pictures because it looks so cool.
Yeah.
Like, for whatever reason, it just looks more crisp to me.
Yeah, and the players said they like the grass too.
Yeah.
I mean, it just feels, I don't know, feels more like
Oh, I can talk
football.
about grass for. If you don't have any more content left, I got you for 45 minutes.
So the thing was, though, I was wearing like a romper, if anyone knows what that is, but like I was sweaty, and so like my legs were sweaty, so the grass was sticking to my legs.
Oh no!
And you were required to sit while you were shooting.
Oh,
so
no.
you had to kneel and sit, and I just had grass all over my legs, and I was just like, God, like it was just miserable. But I bought a visor.
Visors.
Yes.
Visor game. We need to bring it back.
Yeah.
I wore a hat to Buffalo, which was a mistake because
I don't envy you guys a lot looking all that stuff around and then having to like also look nice at the same time.
yes, because after the game's done, we have to
It's
shoot on
Right,
camera. It's
right.
rough. And I look like a sweaty mess.
Not
And
great.
So
sometimes I just don't do it.
yeah.
You get what you get.
Yeah. So, but yeah, it was hot. There was like no shade either. At least like in halftime during Buffalo, there was a little shade, but it was hot.
Yeah, because the Buffalo game was night or afternoon, and then kind of towards the end, the sun kind of went past Memorial Stadium. And so it was, yeah, rough, Kels.
Yeah.
You did it. You look at you. You're
Yeah, I
smiling,
survived.
thriving. Are you going to Michigan State?
No, I'm not. Which
Is
I
anyone?
don't. No, we're
Oh,
not. We're not
okay.
sending anyone this weekend. Which I don't envy.
Okay.
It's gonna be a night
I
game.
know,
It's gonna be
it-
a hard turnaround.
It's the hard part of the job. You
Yeah.
don't want to pass up opportunities to cover sports, but then you also realize your limits
Yeah.
of covering the sport. Like, what will set me up for success? Will it be like jumping into the East Lansing pond of whatever I have to cover?
But also have to drive 10 hours, 11 hours
Yeah.
back on a Sunday when
All
after a, all by yourself after a night game. Yeah,
It's
Or do I
yeah.
just stay in the station and just front some stuff?
yeah, that could work.
It's there's pros and cons, but yeah, driving. That's the drive.
It's the
too.
drive.
It's clearly the drive. No other reason would we
I
want.
pulled the plug. I was like, I'm not doing it. I'm not going.
I did the. Did you drive to Big Ten Media Days?
Yes.
And that was rough. That's 10
Horrible.
hours. Indianapolis is 10 hours.
Yep.
A lot of podcast time.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
true. I listened to Up and Vanished. It's a crime podcast.
Nice.
Is it about getting away with murder?
Yeah, it's investigating like
Oh,
a cold case kind of thing.
Oh.
But there's like 27 episodes. I still haven't finished it. So I actually
Next
listened to it
year's-
on the way to Oklahoma as well.
Right. Nice. Long haul road trips.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
the pod.
Uh-huh.
Well, this is Kelsey Casper of Channel 8 Sports Anchor joining us on the Ticket Weeknights. Kelsey, thanks for your time.
Thanks for having me.
She is going to go back to the station and anchor the 10 o'clock.
Yep.
Right, get some dinner and then I'm back to work.
Ready
She
to
does,
roll.
she does it all. Thank you for the time.
Thanks, Kelsey.
We're going to take a quick break and we will be back after this.
In every office, there's two types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels and Joe. All you have to do is shut up simple. 2 questions for you, 2%. Win, and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday, you lost Wednesday, you're a loser.
Shut up, simple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels and Joe.
Hi, Sean Callahan here at HuskerOnline.com, inviting you to join us here on 93.7 The Ticket every Saturday morning now at our new time. We're on from 8 to 9 with the weekly Husker Online radio show. We'll give you the latest in recruiting. We'll talk about what's going on with both football, basketball, and we'll probably share a few stories from the inside. It's every Saturday morning right here on 93.7 The Ticket. It's the Husker Online radio show from 8 to 9 a.m.
Tired of interrupted printing or money-wasting long-term copier contract? Join Cartridge World's no-cost printer program. You get a free brand printer, free service maintenance and repair, free delivery. All this for just buying our high-quality, affordable printer cartridges. Simple agreements and local friendly service, as it has been for more than 25 years. Cartridge World. Contact us today.
If you're struggling to get motivated to work out, you're not alone. And Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping is here to help. Build muscle, burn fat, and lose weight with Farrell's 10-week challenge starting October 2nd. Farrell's combines kickboxing with inclusive strength training and nutrition planning to help you stay on track. Go to fxblincoln.com to sign up, and if you mention the ticket, you'll get a 50% discount. It's the Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping 10-week challenge starting October 2nd with 2 locations in Lincoln.
Liberty First Credit Union is here to help you save time and money. Get a consolidation loan and conveniently combine all of your loans into one, leaving you with one fixed payment and one low-rate loan. Not a member? That's okay. Join Liberty First Credit Union at any of the 4 Lincoln locations, Seward, and in Omaha at 108th and L Street. Start saving with Liberty First Credit Union. Apply for a consolidation loan now at libertyfirstcu.com today. Approval required. Equal opportunity lender. Liberty First Credit Union. Banking with purpose.
You can search online for hours to find the best electricians in Lincoln and the surrounding area, but I'll save you time. High Electric has been serving their customers for 30 years for both residential and commercial properties. They're experts in everything electrical, from remodeling to new additions, hot tub installations, electric vehicle chargers or EV chargers, lighting, ceiling fans, and more. High Electric takes jobs from Beatrice to Omaha and all towns, big or small, in between. Call them today at 402-466-6606 or learn more at highelectric.com.
The Nebraska Lottery has some big news about the biggest lotto game around. Powerball from the Nebraska Lottery is adding a Monday night drawing. That's right. Instead of Powerball drawings on Wednesday and Saturday nights, now you can also win millions on Monday nights. With the starting jackpot in the millions and drawings 3 times a week, America's biggest lotto game is now bigger than ever. So play Powerball today and start looking forward to Mondays for a change. Powerball top prize odds 1 in 292 million.
Get into T.O. Haas Tire and get your vehicle set for any road with the all-new BF Goodrich Trail Terrain TA tire. And get ready to save, because right now you can get $70 back after online submission when you buy a set of 4. Or get $50 back with the purchase of any other set of 4 BF Goodrich passenger or light truck tires. See redemption instructions at TOHaasTire.com. Offer expires October 4th, 2021. Void where prohibited.
T.O. Haas, Tire and Auto, a tradition of trust.
Back to the Ticket Weeknights on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Here's your host, Nicole Griffith.
And welcome back to the Ticket Weeknights with Nicole Griffith, alongside me, Connor Happer, and Big Sky. You can watch us live on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook. Got a live stream up. I'm wearing, if you can see on the live stream, I'm wearing my Queen graphic tee.
Very nice.
You didn't notice this?
I noticed that there was like an eagle on there, but I didn't know what it was.
It's Queen.
Nice.
Big Queen girl.
You a big band shirt girl?
Graphic tees, you mean?
No, band shirts.
No, not really. I just thought the design was cool. And I was kind of, Queen is one of my favorite bands, but it was kind of during that Bohemian Rhapsody movie time when...
Oh, I never saw it.
It's really good.
That's what I've heard.
Okay.
I never saw it, though. I have a Wu-Tang shirt, and then I always try to get a shirt that I... like of a concert that I go to. Like I'm a merch guy.
Oh.
Basically places that I go, like whether it's breweries or concerts, like experiences that I have, I want a shirt to commemorate.
I wonder if I need to start doing that too, because I really don't buy anything ever, which
you got to get merch.
People will like, maybe my parents might like differ on that. I really only buy clothes. Okay. I have clothes to have clothes, but I really only like buy a lot of stuff for clothes for work.
Yeah.
Or else if I wasn't on TV, I would be wearing...
You're wearing Queen shirts all day.
I'd wear Queen. There's also a nice one at Target, a Purple Rain one. It's just purple. It's black and Purple Rain is in purple. And that's
nice.
Like there's no other... The Prince symbol's not on it. It's just very sleek. Not that the Prince symbol is bad or anything. My cousin has it tattooed on his forearm. So.
I'm telling you, man, you got to get the merch. Sometimes I've been moving to hats. I get like brewery hats.
But then, like, how many hats does like...
Oh, I have way too many hats.
I literally have one black hat. It's the one I wore last week.
Yeah, you could either have more hats, or you could be like me and you could have like way more hats than you would ever need for any person ever.
Whoa, breaking news.
What is it?
The Packers are losing.
Let's go.
I thought the game started at
Hey,
7:30.
Sky, are those your guys? Are you a Packers guy? Yeah. Interesting.
That's why he's not talking right now. Lions are up 7-0 with 10:36 to go in the first quarter, and they have the ball.
Who got a touchdown? Was it TJ Hawkinson? We want to talk about my fantasy team?
Ugh.
It wasn't TJ Hawkinson. We're fine. You did have a catch, though.
For anyone.
Yeah,
who
go
is-
ahead. Why don't you do this rant? You have time. Why don't you do this rant?
I don't have a rant. It's just a thought. I don't enjoy hearing about fantasy football. Bum-ba-da-bum-ba-bum. Thanks.
Rant over.
Done.
Why don't you have a fantasy football team?
There's a reason. And now I don't.
You don't want to tell me why you don't have a fantasy football
No,
team?
because it's kind of sad.
Okay. Well, I would like to know
why I rue the day fantasy football was ever started.
Yeah, this is actually really important to the conversation because you can't just say I hate fantasy football and I don't.
No,
want
I said I hate hearing about your fantasy football team.
Okay, now that I get that you don't really have to explain. It's pretty self-explanatory. Doesn't have anything to do with you. But why don't you have a fantasy football team? Is apparently this other thing that we can't get into.
Okay, so the reason is it kind of gives it away. So I was working at a place that had a work fantasy football league. It was not 10-11 and it's not in Lincoln. I don't really know if it matters where it was. Anyways, there was a work fantasy football league and I did it and I drafted. They did the draft when I was driving back from Rapid from my hometown. So I
You auto-drafted.
I draft and drove.
Oh.
So I would never, if any police officer or state patrol is listening.
Allegedly.
I did, but so I thought I had a good team. I had Breeze, I think, and good.
So you were in on fantasy football.
Yeah, I was in. And then I think I forgot to set my teams a couple times, and then you you lose those points. You still end up getting a couple.
Yeah, but if you don't do it right, yeah, you miss out on a lot.
I got second to last, honestly, maybe last in the league, and all
They kicked you out.
No, the men at the place I worked were rude to me that I didn't know sports because I didn't do well in my fantasy football league.
No, it's not that. You just didn't do it.
So I've never done it.
That's a misunderstanding.
No, they were mean to me.
Well, they were mean to you because they thought that you didn't know sports, but that is not the truth. The truth is you just didn't do it out of laziness.
And now I don't want to ever do it again. So I just cut that off. So dead to me.
So now you hate fantasy football.
Fantasy football's dead to me.
Well, I think that makes a lot of sense.
And now guys tweet at me.
That seems rational.
I should I have drafted, or I've said, you're not supposed to play your flex on a Thursday game. I'm like, shut up. Literally don't tweet at me ever again. But then I was talking with Happer about how I should have a fantasy football bit. Sure.
So tell people to tweet in their fantasy football things, and then Nicole can just say to every single one of them, I don't care.
No. So I don't like it when it's mine. And I really don't kind of like it when it's other people's, just blatantly laying it on me.
Mm-hmm.
But if I open the door for it and have a fantasy football bit, I don't know, we could come up with something. You text or tweet or call in your fantasy football problems and I will break it down for you.
Wow. Okay.
Because then I'm opening the door to what you should do.
Here's my issue. My team sucks, and it's week 2, and I am going to score about 75 points this week, and I'm not happy about it. Can you fix that?
Okay. What's your team name?
My team name is the non-binary Potato Heads.
Okay, well, that's why it sucks. Next question.
Okay. That's pretty much it. I mean, that covers all of it.
Well, who's your quarterback?
My quarterback is Josh Allen, who has not been great through the first 2 weeks.
Who's your kicker?
My kicker is the...
You don't even know?
Why would I know?
Because you drafted him.
My kicker is Robbie Gould. Robbie Gould. Yeah. Bears. Former Bears guy.
Bears 49ers now?
Former Bears guy, now 49ers. Yep.
Who's your defense?
My defense is the Denver Broncos. Shout out 93.7 The Ticket.
What?
We carry the Denver Broncos games. Thank you.
Oh, gotcha. Well, they're 2-0.
They are. They've beaten 2 bad teams. They're going to play another bad team this week.
Who are you going against?
I am playing my friend Track. His name is Jack, but he ran track once, so we call him Track.
Okay, I was kind of confused.
Yep.
I think, well, I can't really solve your problem with you just saying your team sucks and you're not going to score a lot of points.
Yeah, that
I
pretty much
need
explains
like,
it.
I need like extras. Like, do I play this guy over this guy? Like, do I sit this guy? That's the stuff I think I can help with.
Okay, well, somebody said, Kevin in Southwest Lincoln said that he played Rodgers instead of Brady this week. It just seems like a bad call. Rodgers is already down 7-0, and Packers fans are not feeling good about themselves right now. We need a Big Sky vibe check, honestly, about the Packers here.
And TB12 throws for 5 touchdowns.
Yeah, he had a nice little fantasy day. Big Sky doesn't seem alarmed though. He seems in control still.
Well, now that I know that my mortal enemy Kelsey is on the text line and listening, I can make a Packers comment. I'm a Jordan Love guy. I actually really like Jordan Love. So the worst Aaron Rodgers does, the better chance that I get to see Jordan Love more. So I'm kind of
So
at
you're
peace.
actually anti-Packers.
No,
You
I'm not
don't even-
anti-Packers at all. If they do good, I'm going to be perfectly fine and perfectly happy. But I'm not panicking because Aaron Rodgers is not doing well and the Packers are struggling as a result.
He's not doing well. He's doing it on purpose. I'm fully convinced.
Big Sky has interesting quarterback takes. He loves Jordan Love and he loves Sam Ehlinger.
I should have worn my Sam Ehlinger jersey. I didn't know you were going to be here, but I should have worn my Sam Ehlinger jersey today.
Sam Ehlinger, who did not play when Carson Wentz sprained
He's
both
on
of his
IR.
ankles.
He is on IR.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, but this is my fantasy team name.
Fighting Big Sam's.
Fighting Big Sam's.
Not the Huskers. The Packers are driving in. They're at the 32-yard line right now.
They're rolling.
They have the ball.
They got something going.
NFC North. Now that's a place.
Pretty
to
rough.
Be. Nuh-uh. Not if you're a Bears fan.
Oh, you should feel good if you're a fan of any of the teams because all of the teams are bad.
No, they're not.
You'll have a chance to win the division.
I mean,
it's the Justin Fields era. It's time.
Yeah, that's true.
The page is turned. Nicole, your thoughts?
I'm ready for it. Andy Dalton, not impressed.
No.
But he does look. He's a large human.
Andy Dalton?
Yeah.
He's like a tall guy. Yeah.
Yeah. Thick
He's
boy.
always had a good haircut. He's always had a good beard. Or he recently actually added the good beard.
He just can't throw the ball.
He just is bad at playing quarterback. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
That's about how it goes. I think it's break time.
Oh yeah, it's 7:30.
Mhm.
How about that?
Yep.
Right on time. Okay, we are going to take a break, and we'll be back after this.
You can search online for hours to find the best electricians in Lincoln and the surrounding area, but I'll save you time. High Electric has been serving their customers for 30 years for both residential and commercial properties. They're experts in everything electrical from remodeling to new additions, hot tub installations, electric vehicle chargers or EV chargers, lighting, ceiling fans, and more. High Electric takes jobs from Beatrice to Omaha and all towns big or small in between. Call them today at 402-466-6606 or learn more at highelectric.com.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
A few scattered thunderstorms a possibility this morning ahead of a strong cold front, which will bring big changes. We'll reach up to near 80 by the noon hour, but see temperatures falling to near 70 by this evening. North-northwest winds eventually gusting over 25. Mainly clear tonight, a low down to 50. A beautiful day tomorrow with a high of 72. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
The Nebraska Lottery has some big news about the biggest lotto game around. Powerball from the Nebraska Lottery is adding a Monday night drawing. That's right. Instead of Powerball drawings on Wednesday and Saturday nights, now you can also win millions on Monday nights. With the starting jackpot in the millions and drawings 3 times a week, America's biggest lotto game is now bigger than ever. So play Powerball today and start looking forward to Mondays for a change. Powerball top prize odds 1 in 292 million.
Are you dragging through each day? Most people are dehydrated or deficient in essential vitamins, minerals, and more. Live Hydration Spa helps you get more out of your life with their IV hydration treatments to help with anti-aging, weight loss, endurance, and more. Their performance packages can help you feel better doing your normal daily routine with boosts of energy and vitality, an increase in immunity, and quicker athletic recovery. Call today for an appointment at 402-413-2042 or walk in at 71st and Pioneers. Live Hydration Spa.
Today's Husker Radio Report. I'm Sean Callahan of HuskerOnline.com. Well, Nebraska came up short on Saturday at Oklahoma, losing 23-16. But as head coach Scott Frost said, there's a lot of positives they leave Norman with.
I told them after the game, everything they want to accomplish this year is right in front of them. We're going to get more opportunities to win a big game. But if they play like that, like we played today all year and fight that hard all year, we're going to have a chance in a lot of games. As disappointed as I am, I'm happy for the way that they competed.
However, as quarterback Adrian Martinez said following the loss, there's no such thing as a moral victory.
You come to a school like Nebraska, you expect to win every game. Our guys aren't into moral victories. We want to win games, simple as that. There are definitely a lot of positives to take away from today, and we will do that once we watch the film. But at the end of the day, we lost the game, so that is that.
Huskers now have to travel again, this time for a night game at undefeated Michigan State. Reporting with the Nebraska football team in Norman, Oklahoma over the weekend, I'm Sean Callahan of HuskerOnline.com.
If you're struggling to get motivated to work out, you're not alone. And Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping is here to help. Build muscle, burn fat, and lose weight with Farrell's 10-week challenge starting October 2nd. Farrell's combines kickboxing with inclusive strength training and nutrition planning to help you stay on track. Go to fxblincoln.com to sign up, and if you mention the ticket, you'll get a 50% discount. It's the Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping 10-week challenge starting October 2nd with 2 locations in Lincoln.
Angry about a recent Nebraska football loss? Go throw axes at Kraft Axe Throwing. Optimistic about the upcoming Nebraska football game? Go sign up for free football tickets at Kraft Axe Throwing. Bring some friends, reserve a bay for an hour or more, release anger at the targets by hucking an axe at it, and walk away feeling better about yourselves and the football season just in time to enter for a chance to win a free pair of tickets to the next home game as you walk out the door. Reserve your lane online at craftaxethrowing.com or call 402-802-9696. Kraft Axe Throwing at 18th and N in Lincoln.
The weather has changed, and now it's time to adjust your footwear to change along with it. Stop into Brown's Shoe Fit at 66th and Q to get ready for cooler temperatures and fashion trends. They're stocked with Hey Dudes, Brooks, New Balance, Danner boots, Keen or Merrow hiking boots, and plenty of other options. Plus, they have Nordic beach jackets and bindle tumblers to take to the gym with your new athletic shoes. So get to Brown's Shoe Fit today at 66th and Q.
Back to the Ticket Weeknights on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Here's your host, Nicole Griffith.
And we're back. Ticket Weeknights Monday night. I'm your host, Nicole Griffith, alongside Connor Happer. Shout out Connor for sticking out this long day with me. And Big Sky. Ethan, comma, Big Sky. Air quotes, Big Sky? Unclear. So we have a new segment that we want to feature. This is my fifth episode with you guys. Episode, I guess. 5th week doing this show. And we have a new segment called On the Fly with Big Sky. Woo, this is when we get crowd noise.
Yeah.
Woo, wow.
Nicole, what happens in On the Fly with Big Sky?
That's a good question. So, I don't really know. I was just prompted about it.
No, you made it up.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did. You did.
Big Sky made it up. He knows more than I do.
He made up the name.
But he made up the bit. I made up the bit, but he made up the actual what he's going to say to us.
All right, whoever wants to explain it should
Big Sky can explain it.
All right, so it's kind of like What's Poppin', but to differentiate it from What's Poppin'.
There's absolutely nothing connecting this to What's Poppin'.
Right.
We came up with this all on our own.
Right. Okay, so we're going to do weird news stories, but I'm going to just read the first line with the state or any geographical identifier omitted, and Nicole, and I guess tonight, Happer, can guess need to guess which state it's coming from. Where's the story at?
Okay. So she gets a guess, I get a guess, and then you tell us.
Yes.
Okay.
And you're a geography guy.
I do, yes. I'd fancy myself a geography guy.
All right. But I get first guess, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Should I pull up the
you can do some sound.
So we have a sound ready to go.
Excellent. That's good. That's
okay.
Positive.
I don't know if we have a no, but we have a definite yes. All right, first one.
Wait, so we have no sound?
We have sound. We're not gonna have any like audio, like backing audio, but we have
fun
yes
reaction.
or no. Yes.
Oh, when it's like, no, you're wrong, loser. Got it.
Yes. All right. So the first one, the 10 feet wide home sold for $1.25 million, according to Zillow.
I have a guess.
Well, my guess is first. California.
That'd be my guess as well.
Oh, wrong. It's Massachusetts.
Wait, he has to get a guess.
I copied your guess.
Well, no, you have to come up with something else.
An original guess?
Yes.
Massachusetts.
Well, okay. That's no.
Yes. Genius.
Wrong.
Happer is a geography guy for sure.
That was a practice round. Okay.
All right. So yeah, 10-foot wide skinny home in Boston, $1.25 million.
Yeah. There's a lot of hipsters up there living in skinny homes.
Well, they're making a lot of money in their skinny homes. Apparently.
How many of these do we have?
5.
Wow. Okay.
Yes.
Any
So
thoughts on skinny homes?
I enjoy it. Is it tiny, like a tiny home?
No, it's actually like 4 stories tall. It's just 10 feet wide. So it's just super skinny.
Oh.
I feel like that would be like really awkward to place furniture in.
Really skinny furniture.
Yeah.
I think I'm out on those.
Yeah, I need space.
Yeah, me too.
Need some space.
Are you
I'm
in
a wider guy?
In on tiny homes though?
I enjoy a tiny home. Like the Airbnbs are really cute. I don't think I could live there full time.
Tiny house?
Tiny
like
house.
Tiny kitchen?
Yeah. But
tiny bedroom.
Yes, everything's tiny. You don't have to name everything in the house with it being tiny. It's a tiny house.
Is that song Alan Jackson? Did he do that? The itty bitty song?
If you're asking about
itty
country
bitty
music.
house with an itty bitty yard, itty bitty something.
This is not your segment.
It's all right to be itty bitty.
Little-
See, she knows it.
A
Little town in a big old city.
A big old Chevy city?
City, I think.
That was Chevy.
I'm gonna find out.
Okay, next question.
All right. Spotted in a car at a McDonald's drive-thru, a cow, all of it.
Okay, so please repeat.
Yes.
Please repeat.
I saw this headline.
Spotted in a car at a McDonald's drive-thru, a cow, all of it.
I saw this headline.
Would have been funny if it was at Chick-fil-A.
Go first.
I'm going to say Texas.
Oh. You have a 1 in 49 chance.
No, 1 in 48.
You can narrow it down pretty good.
Probably not Hawaii
There's some cows
or
in Hawaii.
Alaska. Oh, I saw this headline.
Is it near Texas?
It is not near Texas.
North Dakota.
Oh, Wisconsin.
Okay.
America's Dairyland.
I could see it. Yeah. That makes a lot of sense.
All right.
This is a fun game.
All right. A pair of sheep got loose from their pen and led animal care officers on a foot chase that at one point ended up on a busy highway.
Sheep.
You guessing first or me?
Sheep. I'll go first. Sheep.
A lot of sheep. Which state has the most sheep per capita?
That's what I'm wondering. I don't know. Virginia.
Oh
gosh, who's bad at this game?
Let me say Idaho.
Oh,
Wyoming.
Texas.
We're not, this is such a. This is.
I got my sheep and my cows mixed up.
This is why I hate Shut Up Simple because I never get any of them right.
Well, this isn't about making you guys seem like idiots. It's about getting the weird news out there.
Oh,
With a fun twist.
I feel like it's
This
about
is a very fun twist.
Stupid.
Yeah.
Next one. This one, it should be a little bit easier because I'm the very start. It cuts off like the majority of the country. But drought conditions in a reservoir led to the revealing of an unusual piece of this state's history, the remnants of a ghost town.
California.
Oh.
Nevada.
Oh. You got closer with each guess. It's Utah.
The Utes.
And then finally,
A neighbor of both states that we guessed.
yes. You were, well,
They share a
California's
border. Yeah,
Do they?
California, Utah
Where
share
are
a
you
border.
getting these stories from?
Huffington Post and UPI.
Okay.
Yeah, please cite your
HuffPost, UPI.
HuffPost.
Utah does not share a border with California.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
Nevada does. Though.
The Four Corners is Utah.
Utah is one of the four corners. but
Arizona,
that's
New
the other way.
Mexico.
According to Simple, Montana is a four-corner state as well.
I don't think
I
so.
thought you were into geography.
Almost. I mean, almost Montana. You could do Montana, Wyoming, South Dakota, North Dakota, but it misses by a little bit.
Yeah, that was a shut up simple guess. The week before I was an
What was
intern.
the question?
What is name a four corner state?
You have to name one four corner state, and he guessed Montana.
I guess so.
Oh my!
They just showed a guy on the Lions, number 20, is 20 years old.
Wow.
He's the youngest active football player.
He's like 6 years younger than Deontay Williams. That's not true.
How?
But Lamar Jackson is older than Deontay Williams. Schaefer told me that fact, and I was flabbergasted.
What does that matter?
Lamar Jackson, this is his third year as an NFL starting quarterback, is older than college football Deontay Williams.
Younger.
Younger.
Okay, I was like,
Yeah,
why is that?
sorry. Yeah, that was important. Yeah. Younger than Deontay Williams.
That pandemic year, really throws you for.
It really does.
Well,
Okay.
it was Lamar Jackson who was younger than Joe Burrow the year that he won MVP.
That's true.
And Burrow won the Heisman. So,
That's true.
Yeah.
One more Big Sky.
Our last one.
On our last one on what's the
On the Fly.
on the fly with Big
Sky.
Sky. I
Yes.
gotta write that down
Yes.
somewhere. Okay.
Residents of a small town are pleading for the return of a stolen phone booth that served as the centerpiece of a public park for decades.
Oh, that's really sad. Sounds like something that Kansas would do.
Oh, Vermont.
Oh, for 10. It was Colorado.
Oh man! So these don't seem like things that maybe the Texas one with the sheep. Okay, like I get that.
The cow in Wisconsin.
There's got to be some more weird ones so I can guess Florida. There wasn't any Florida.
I specifically avoided all 3 stories that I saw that had Florida in the headline.
You got to give us a Florida. You got to give us a Florida.
None of you guessed Florida.
No, because they didn't seem like Florida stories. Give me well, you don't have it right now, but eventually we're going to get a Florida story. This is good. I think this is a hit segment, Nicole. Great idea.
Now, if only Fly Guys, if you're listening, we can maybe do a partnership.
Openly pining for sponsorships.
NIL. Let's Nicole's NIL deal with Fly
Nicole.
Dogs. Nicole. We're going to take a break and wrap the show up after this.
Hey, sports fans. Rico here with HIS Auto Care 70th and Van Dorn. Carfax recently awarded us as a top-rated auto service center for 2020, and Lincoln Choice Awards voted us as the 2021 top independent auto repair center. Call us at 402-488-8934 for superior service bumper to bumper. Mention this ad and get 7% off. Doesn't get any better than that. Rico for his Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
We're in this together, and we will get through this together. The vaccines are tested effective and needed.
Welcome to the clinic with Charm.
Get your COVID-19 vaccine so we can do this. And this. And this.
We are now boarding flight.
Together again, because we got through it together. This message sponsored by the Helmsley Charitable Trust, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and the station.
Flying high at 2-0. And Sunday, the Broncos come home to ground the Jets. Join Dave Logan, Rick Lewis, and Susie Warchin from Empower Field at Mile High for the home opener.
He's got Sutton there, and Sutton makes the catch.
On the KOA Broncos Radio Network.
Angry about a recent Nebraska football loss? Go throw axes at Kraft Axe Throwing. Optimistic about the upcoming Nebraska football game? Go sign up for free football tickets at Kraft Axe Throwing. Bring some friends, reserve a bay for an hour or more, release anger at the targets by hucking an axe at it, and walk away feeling better about yourselves and the football season just in time to enter for a chance to win a free pair of tickets to the next home game as you walk out the door. Reserve your lane online at craftaxethrowing.com or call 402-802-9696. Kraft Axe Throwing at 18th and N in Lincoln.
Get into T.O. Haas Tire and get your vehicle set for any road with the all-new BF Goodrich Trail Terrain TA tire. And get ready to save, because right now you can get $70 back after online submission when you buy a set of 4. Or get $50 back with the purchase of any other set of 4 BF Goodrich passenger or light truck tires. See redemption instructions at tohaastire.com. Offer expires October 4th, 2021. Void where prohibited.
T.O. Haas, Tire and Auto, a tradition of trust.
Action Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electric has been serving Lincoln and Southeast Nebraska for over 50 years. They've been a trusted name to deliver honest, quality services you can count on. It's always important to know someone you can trust, whether it's for your home or your business. Action is well established and offers convenience and reliability, always committed to a job done right. Give them a call or visit their website at actionlincoln.com. Action, your proud sponsor of the Ticket Postgame Show.
Back to the Ticket Weeknights on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Here's your host, Nicole Griffith.
And we are back for the final segment of the Ticket Weeknight, Monday nights with Nicole Griffith. Soon to have a new name, potentially. Just another Monday night show. Or just a Monday night show?
Just a Monday night show. And then I think
compliments of Chris.
That same person came in and said, it's the Monday night show.
Oh, yes,
the Monday night show. We don't need Monday Night Football. We have the Monday night show.
I'll just tell you right now, it's 7-7 tied game with 14-12 left in the second quarter, and there's a flag. Intentional grounding on Jared Goff. That sucks to suck.
NFC North.
Shout out the Bears. Chicago Bears fan, born and raised.
How are we feeling? How are the Bears? We didn't get to that last segment.
Yeah, we did. Did we not?
We didn't get your Bears thoughts?
Bears thoughts. That should also be a segment. Bear down. That's not really a segment.
Now we're thinking like a radio host.
See, okay.
Everything could be a segment.
So Connor Happer is the voice that you're hearing. He's been working with me to come up with like more segments and how I can make my radio show like cooler, because
I am the authority on cool radio shows.
I'm pretty cool, but I've just never done radio before, and so this is my 5th episode, and we've just been like meeting and trying to figure out like fun things we can do to mix it up. So, bear down with Nicole. Everything's a segment. Not terribly dissatisfied with their performance at home. They got the win against the Bengals, which are kind of fire right now with Joe Burrow, but he threw 3 straight interceptions, which was amazing.
Not great.
And then Justin Fields saw the field because Andy Dalton had like a leg injury, and then he came back and then left and never came back. But the one thing that's bothering me about the whole drama is like, it's not really drama, and it's become the storyline. They always show 2 shots of Andy Dalton and Justin Fields, and it's like, well, is one of them in the tent? Is one of them on the sidelines? Nick Foles is not dressed. Who has the helmet? Who's warming up? Like, it's
definitely become a sideshow.
And it's definitely making me frustrated because I enjoy more of the Packers sideshow than I enjoy the Bears sideshow.
It's over now, though, right? It feels like it's Fields' time.
I don't know.
I think Dalton's hurt.
No, he said Laura Oakman was covering the game, and she said that everyone's going up to him asking how he's doing. He says he's good, but Matt Nagy just went with Fields for the second half.
He remains their starter if healthy. So that doesn't say anything.
Yeah,
he will remain the quarterback if healthy.
It's painful.
But we are questioning his health, so we're not sure. So I have no idea. Shout out Matt Nagy. Seems not great.
Someone did send me a link that odds are already in the odds are already set that Matt Nagy's the highest coach to get
first coach fired.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh, great.
It's a popular bet.
It's week 2. It's week 2.
There's several other teams in the NFL NFC North that would say, actually, it's going to be my coach. It's the first coach. You should have heard Schaefer today. He's a Vikings guy, and
he's ready to.
He's out. He's over it.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Well, it's just the kickers, right? I don't really know.
Yeah, it's definitely the kickers, but they could have been better for a while now.
It's not like they have the highest paid safety in Harrison Smith in their backfield doing nothing.
That's a good fact. Nice.
Well,
no, Harrison Smith guy?
No, I just know that he's the highest paid. But then also TJ Watt became the highest paid. It's like baseball. I hate when pitchers sign deals.
Oh, everybody's the highest paid.
Then they're the highest paid person. But no, I covered Harrison Smith. I covered the Vikings when I was in Minneapolis. I covered their.
Oh, nice.
So I originally interviewed him when he got the first highest paid, when he was the first time in his career.
Yeah.
And then he got it again, the contract this season. But then TJ Watt just got the ugh.
It's like when the oldest person on earth happens, like the oldest living person. And then they die, And then there's a new oldest person.
I interviewed Vanessa Gray this week. She turned 107.
Whoa!
At Van Dorn Villas. It was her birthday.
How about that? 107.
107. So I did that story. It's on 1011's website, and Pure Nebraska ran it too because it's just really pure. And
it's very pure.
Her sister-in-law also lives at Van Dorn Villas, and not the same. They have different rooms, and they hang out every day.
That's awesome.
And I was just like, can I?
How did you know? This is one thing I'm curious about in your field. Like, how do you know?
I'm very connected with that generation.
There's no way. Did they call you and be like, hey, this lady's turned 107 today. You need to come down and do a story?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Okay. So we have story subscriptions on our website. And then someone who works there said, we have a resident, her birthday's tomorrow, 107.
That's awesome.
And I said, they go, because I
assume she's the oldest person there, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
There is someone who is 114 in Omaha.
Whoa.
So someone wanted me to fact check, and I was like, how do you fact check age in an entire state?
Correct. Yeah, I wouldn't know how to do that.
My stories tend to fall. So I'm a news sports hybrid, and then my stories tend to fall feature news pieces. I don't really go to. I do go to the Capitol and like all that stuff, but I usually don't. And then feature pieces or sports. And then on Wednesday, a preview story. I'm doing a story on a guy who's 98, World War II vet.
Awesome.
His name's Cliff, and he plays the piano at Misty's every Wednesday.
That is great. That's fantastic.
So here I am. It balances out my Huskers
what a
losses.
change of pace. Because on was that last Thursday you were doing that? So Thursday you're doing a story about a 107-year-old lady. Friday you're in the high school football action.
Anchoring the high school football show.
Right. Like that's a hell of a 24 hours.
That's what I do.
Yeah.
Sports and stuff.
Find someone with the range like Nicole.
It's called range, and I don't have it.
I don't know. It's a pretty wild 24 hours there.
We have about a minute left to the show. A couple things I wanted to get to. The people who graffitied the statues at Memorial Stadium, don't do that.
Yeah.
Not.
What would be the purpose of that?
Not really cool. Out on you guys or gals. Wandale Robinson signed a Ford deal, NIL, down in Kentucky. People are ragging on my Twitter. They're like, he doesn't even play here anymore. It's still cool that he got an NIL deal with a Ford dealership.
Oh, I would take any deal with car dealerships. Just let me drive around a car for a while.
And then any women in media, girls in media, people in media wanting to get into sports or are students right now, there is a Women in Media event tomorrow night with the UNO chapter. You can follow Anna Bellinghausen on Twitter and message her. They are interviewing via Zoom Chris Budin from ESPN.
Okay, cool.
So those are some housekeeping things I wanted to get to.
Excellent. That's good. You're like leading the way. You're leading look at you. Women doing sports radio. You don't see it very much.
Well, and today we had two of us. Kelsey might be the Tuesday night girl.
You guys kill it. You guys, not only at radio, but in your day jobs as well.
We got to keep you guys on track. So how much time we got left?
15,
14, 13.
Yeah.
Man,
you can just say goodbye and the music will play. And
this stuff stresses me out. Okay, everyone have a great week, and I will hopefully be talking to you after a Michigan State win.
Fly